We bring you the good news. Women gehen in men die hauschen wen. Wir bringen euch die guten Nachrichten. Rydyn ni dod ar newyddion da I chi. Nous vous apportons la bonne nouvelle.
Did you understand that?
Not really, hardly any of it.
I wish I could speak all those languages.
Imagine what it would be like to suddenly one day be able to speak all those languages.
Well, in this story, something like that did happen.
After Jesus had died on the cross and risen from the grave, he continued to appear to his friends, the apostles, for another 40 days. One day, he was walking with them in the town of Bethany. Jesus was telling them about a time when God would send a very special gift for them from heaven. Just then, Jesus started to rise and went up and up until he disappeared into the clouds, and that was the last time they saw him. This is the city of Jerusalem. These are the disciples.
Each disciple has a coat of arms showing something special about their lives, whether it was the jobs they did, something they were known for, or the way they died.
One day, they went to a room in Jerusalem to pray. They were one short of their normal 12 because Judas, the one who had betrayed Jesus for money, had died. They decided to replace him with a new apostle friend called Matthias. They were all gathered together, waiting and wondering what the message meant about God sending them a special gift. They were praying very hard. Outside on the streets, there were people who had come from far and wide to celebrate Pentecost. It was very busy and noisy. But still, the apostles kept on praying until something unusual happened. Suddenly, into the room came a strong wind, and it whooshed around the room like a whirlwind all around them. Next, they could see flames on each of their heads and hear them flickering, but none of them were burnt at all. They opened their mouths and found that they had been given the gift to speak different languages. God had filled them all with this power, the power of the Holy Spirit. The friends were so excited that they rushed out amongst the crowds on the street and spoke to people in their own languages. Everyone could understand what was being said to them, but they couldn't understand how the apostles knew their languages. Some people said they were drunk, but Peter stood up and said, "God's Spirit has been poured out for everyone, and you can all hear and understand this message." Peter explained that God had sent his son, Jesus, but that the people had sentenced him to death and killed him. Peter asked them all to say sorry for what they had done. The people were moved by his speech and wanted to make things better between them and God, so they said that they were truly sorry, and that day about 3,000 people got baptized. They were now closer to God than before. This message was spread all over the world, spread to others, and was the beginning of the early Christian church. We sometimes say that Pentecost is the birthday of the church.
Churches sometimes include symbols of Pentecost inside their buildings. Here we can see a banner and stained glass showing images of fire, and the dove representing the Holy Spirit. Here's one for the younger children. Make a flame crown with a strip of cardboard as a headband and then attach long strips of coloured paper. Fire streamers. Find a stick, then attach long strips of tissue or crepe paper to it. And then you can hold them in the air and watch as the wind blows them around.
When Peter first preached on the day of Pentecost,
These new Christians went on to form the very first Christian churches. Soon the good news spread all over the world. Today there are millions of Christian churches worldwide. Here are a few which we have visited on our travels.